Welcome to the online sessions of Renewable Energy Engineering. Myself Praveen Jinjala from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In today's session, we will discuss about the applications of solar energy. In previous lecture, we also discussed about what is the solar energy, which type of solar radiation receive, different types of solar radiation measuring instrument, and we have also discussed about the solar geometry. So the throughout session we will discuss about the how to utilizations of solar energy. So let's start our session. Application means utilizations of solar energy. There are the many possibility of utilizations of solar energy, and many methods also available for utilizations of solar energy. Example, solar energy can be utilized by two methods: direct method and indirect method. Direct method means we can directly utilize the solar energy as like the photovoltaic system, in which we are directly utilizing the solar energy and we are converting solar energy into the electricity generation. Second method is thermal conversion, means conversions of solar energy into heat. Example of solar thermal conversion system is solar water heater, space heating, solar dryer, solar distillation, solar refrigeration, solar air conditioning. So these are the applications of solar thermal conversion. Means this is the methods of directly conversions of solar energy into our output or our useful or our applications of any system. Second is indirect method, means indirectly we are also utilizing the solar energy in different space, as like the wind energy, in which wind will be created due to the solar radiation, means it will be created due to the density difference, and density difference may be created by solar energy. So wind energy is also one types of indirect methods of solar energy. Next is bioenergy. Bioenergy means we can also generate the biomass or biogas by utilizations of solar, by utilizations of solar heat or sun radiation. So it's called bioenergy. It is indirect applications of solar energy. Next is photosynthetic, means it is also one types of method generally used for synthetic process like the growth of plant. So it is indirectly we are utilizing the solar energy. So it's called indirect applications of solar energy. Next is hydraulic energy, or we can also say that rain is due to the solar energy. During the summer times or during the heavy heat, water will be evaporated, and after the condensation we are receiving the rain. So it is also one type of indirect method. So solar energy we are utilizing directly and indirectly. If we are utilizing directly, so it's called direct application. Photovoltaic thermal conversion means conversion of solar energy into heat. Indirect means we are also indirectly utilizing the solar radiation, as like the for wind energy, it is also one type of energy. And we can also say that all the renewable energy it is one types of indirect energy of solar energy. Now we will discuss about the different applications of solar energy. First applications is solar space heating. So there are the two types of method of solar space heating: active system and passive system. Active system means it is the forced convection, or we are supplying the energy source. Passive system means it is one types of natural energy or natural system. We are not providing any extra energy for utilization. So then active system, if we require the space heating as like our home application or industrial area, so we have to place the solar collector at the terrace. In this method, two types of system used: hot air system and hot water system. In hot air system, collector is used for air collector, while in hot water system, collector used for water collector. We are assuming here it is the water collector. So water will be passed through the collector. So whenever solar radiation will be received and solar collector, so it will be warm up and it will be transferred to the heat exchanger. where our space to be heated. Here second system we are also providing the second heat exchanger, means it is the use for heat exchange. Whenever we supply the cold air, so due to the heat exchange between the hot water and air, so we will get the hot air. So it's called hot water system, or it's called the space heating system. It is also utilized generally in winter portion. So this is the active system, because we are providing the pump or extra energy for driving our system. Here also one types of auxiliary heater used for specific application or for requirement of higher temperature. So it is also auxiliary system. So means active system means we are providing the extra energy for our output. So the collector will be at our solar radiation, and energy it will be transmitted to the heat exchanger. Then the heat will be transmitted to the heat exchanger to our space. Next is passive solar space heating system, means it is the natural space heating system. Example, this is our home and this is our south facing wall. So what's happened? During the solar radiation, it will be home of the super window, means it will be home of the air of our room. And at the outer side, we will provide the super window. So what's happened? During the solar radiation, space will be heated, and extra vent we also provide for maintain our temperature. If our temperature is very high, so we can also cool the temperature by providing this window. So air will be passed from our room to the vent, hot air to the escape in summer. So it is the advantages in winter, but disadvantages in summer. So in winter, we are providing close of this window. So what's happened? During the solar radiation, our space will be heated. But what's happened in summer? In summer, we require the cold air. So we can also provide the one mechanism. Example, this is the super window, means it is our almost north region, and here we will provide the greenery. So during the summer, what's happened? Whenever the solar radiation will be strike, so our space will be heated. So what's happened? We will open this window and super window. So due to the density difference, air will be enter from cold side to our room, and our room to this window to the vent out in summer. So we can also utilize for summer as well as our winter system. But our main purpose is to space the heating or heating space. Next application is solar water heating. And we are also well known about the solar water heater, means it is device used for heat the water, and it is generally utilized in domestic, commercial, any different types of hotel, organizations. So it is the advantages compared to our conventional system. Basic system is we are providing the one types of solar collector. Here the two types of collector provided: simple types and evacuated type. Simple type means it may be used for flat plate collector. Now currently utilizing we are evacuated tube type collector. So whenever the solar radiation will be strike on collector, so it will be our water, and water will be stored in our storage tank, means it is one type of insulating tank, and we can also store the further, or we can also directly utilize for our application, as like for swimming, for space heating, for swimming pool, or for in hotel or any different types of organization. This is the evacuated type water collector, means generally in nowadays maximum solar water heater used for evacuated tube, means vacuum created between the two tube, and we have also discussed about this type of collector as like in classifications of collector. Next application is solar dryer, means device used for the dry the product. Now we are conventionally also utilizing the solar energy for dry the purpose, it's like our cloth drying. So we are utilizing the solar radiation. It is also application in agriculture or any dry fruit industry. For in agriculture also utilized for the dry the product. So the solar dryer is two types: natural circulation solar dryer and forced circulation solar dryer. In natural circulation solar dryer, we are not providing any extra energy. Means it is the one types of cabin or greenhouse type solar dryer. In forced circulation, if you require the mass production, so we have to provide the forced circulation. Means we have to require the more mass circulations of air for the in short time drying or mass production in drying. So the example of forced circulation solar dryer is like the greenhouse type, tunnel type, chamber type, chimney type or wind ventilated type. So these are the example of natural and forced circulation solar dryer. Now we will discuss about the passive solar dryer. Means it is the natural circulation solar dryer. If we want to dry our product, so we will place our product in the perforated tray. This is our glass, means it is the direct contact types of solar radiation. Whenever the solar radiation will be received, so due to this space or due to the mechanism of solar dryer, this space will be means heated due to the solar radiation. So due to the natural convection, cold air will be enter from bottom and hot air will be pass out to the top portion. So what's happened? Whenever cold air will be entered to our space, so it will be heated and it will be absorb or evaporate the water particles of our product and product will be dry. And the vapor plus our dry air will be passed out to the atmosphere and we can easily dry our product. And this is the frame structure as like the provided the black surface for absorptions of maximum solar radiation. Next is active solar dryer. Means it is generally used for industrial purpose or mass production. Means we have to provide the extra energy for drying purpose. For the fast drying, we are generally utilizing the active solar dryer. This is our solar dryer. This is the exhaust port. At a ground surface, we are providing the blower or compressor for the supply the compressed air or pressurized air to our dryer. This is our solar collector. It will be placed on the solar radiation. So we can also utilize this type of dryer to our shade position, or we can also install it at our ground surface or basement of any surface. So whenever we start the blower, so it will be supply the pressurized air to the solar collector. Solar collector will be heat up the air, then after the hot air will be passed to our product and it will be absorb or evaporate the water particle from our product and it will be pass hot air to the atmosphere. So that depends upon applications and requirement. We generally construct the different types of active solar dryer according to the space availability, mass flow rate, availability of solar collector, availability of temperature range or availability of our product. So this is also one example of active solar dryer. It is generally utilized for extra energy for supply the air. So we can dry the product in short time or we can fast drying process. Next application is solar distillation or solar still. It is used for conversion of impure water into pure water, or it is also utilized for conversions of salty water into pure water. Basic construction of solar still is we provide the incline the glass. So what's happened? And this is our closed space. So we contain the water in our basin. So what's happened? During the solar radiation, solar rays will be passed to the glass to our water and water will be start to the evaporate. So due to the closed space, what's happened? Vapor particle will be deposited at our glass surface due to the temperature difference. Means outer temperature will be lower compared to the inner temperature. So it will be becomes condensate. So what's happened? Due to the condensation, vapor will be converted into water and water will be deposited at our surface of glass. So what's happened? Due to the inclinations of glass, water will be passed to our bottom and we will collect the water from here and it will be near to 100% pure water. So therefore continuously conversions of impure water into pure water, we have to also supply the some amount of water. So this pot will be directly connected to our tank, and this is the advantages compared to our conventional system, because in the ocean we can easily convert salty water into pure water. So this is the work on basic two fundamental, evaporation and condensation. This is the drain. It is also used for empty our tank or also used for the cleaning purpose. We can also improve the performance of solar distillation by providing the extra energy as like the for more concentration of solar radiation by reflector, or we can also supply the heat from bottom as like our solar water heating. So there are the many methods for improvement of performance of solar steel. This is also practical model or practical examples of solar distillation. It will be placed on our surface, our solar radiation, and quantity of water, it depends on the size of your solar steel or types of solar radiation or collection of solar radiation, types of water, material of our solar steel. So depends upon your surface area and performance of solar steel. Thank you.